Hello everybody and welcome back to part 2 reacting to scary animations. Once again we're reacting to Wansee Entertainment and we're about like a fourth, I'm not sure how much we're through. Don't leave your keys inside of your house, but let's continue.
Such an abrupt attack, I couldn't get my scream out. I looked down and I could see a very dark, black hand with long, pointy black nails.
Oh my gosh, black
Lots of
hand.
cuts and scratches were all over his hands. Its face was getting closer to mine, and it smelled like dead bodies. When I looked next to me, I could see a little part of its face. It was pale white with a tint of gray. I could tell that it was
What is it,
not from
Voldemort?
here. It was something that we should not know. Tears were flowing down my face. After being dragged through the alleyway, I was dropped onto the ground. When I moaned in pain, that creature stood over me, breathing into my face. Now I could clearly see its face.
I swear this is
It had
freaking
big
Voldemort.
black eyes, a big open smile with pointy white teeth, and a long red pointy nose. I closed my eyes, hoping it was
It's so
just a
dark
dream.
for me, but it's
However,
perfect for you
I felt
guys.
their hand and
At least it
nails
looks
were
like it.
starting to dig into my neck, slowly and painfully. I struggled to breathe, but it was impossible. My vision was slowly blurring. And at that moment, someone put their hands on my shoulders. Another put their head on my right shoulder and started to whisper in my ear with a strange voice. So, this is how you end up when you forget your key on Friday the 13th. Then the creature started laughing, and then everything went pitch black and silent. When I opened my eyes again,
Okay,
I heard a bunch of people shouting, "He's back! He's back!"
he?
I was lying in a hospital room, and all my family was standing next to me.
So is it a he?
I looked to the left of me, and there was a woman doing something next to a monitor. I asked her, "Excuse me, why am I here? What happened?" And she responded, "You were found in an alleyway near your grandma's house with scratches and cuts on your neck. As soon as your grandma saw you being pulled into the alley, she immediately ran after you. She found you laying there as pale as paper, with your phone in your hand and blood running from your neck onto the ground. So she called 911, and now you're here." Looking her straight in the eye, I was immobilized with terror. I couldn't believe what she was saying, because I couldn't remember what happened to me. And then, when I looked to the right of me on the bedside table, there it was. I could see my house key.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Alright. We'll watch another video. Oh my, 55 minutes. I hope my uncle's serious crime. Yeah, sorry about that. It just looked really
It
weird,
was
so I
15
blocked it.
years ago. When I was 11 years old, I used to live with my uncle, who was 31 years old at the time.
Oh my gosh,
He
snake
took me
eyes.
away from my family, telling them how
Snake
great I would
again.
be if I stayed with him in his farmhouse. Well, he actually had a really nice farmhouse. However, that was totally fake.
I love farmhouses.
He also had a big van that he used to kidnap kids in. He usually abducted lost kids, or the kids who were playing in the parks. Yeah, right. He was such a serious kidnapper and murderer. While he was tying up the
Wait,
children after
murderer?
the kidnapping, he ordered me to dig a hole for each one. Of course, I didn't want to do that. I was just horrified and scared of my uncle. One day, I stayed with the kids inside the basement to monitor them. Crying, they were begging to let them go. I could see that some of the kids were almost the same age as my age, so I untied them and let them sneak out by the back door so my uncle couldn't see them. He was in the kitchen sharpening his knives. I returned to the kitchen acting like nothing happened, but somehow when he lifted his head, he noticed through the window that they were running away. He got mad grabbed his gun, and then he ran out the door, trying to shoot them. I immediately ran with him, watching them, and hoping that they could manage it. And all of the kids succeeded to run away, fortunately. I could see that one of them even waved to me to say goodbye. My uncle told me not to worry, and that he'd get more kids the next morning. It seemed like that he was thinking that I was the one who was disappointed about the kids' escape, or whatever.
What?
The next morning, I woke up and figured out that he was not there. And all of a sudden, I heard a loud siren, and soon after, the police entered inside the farmhouse. They found me and asked me if I was one of those kids who was kidnapped by him. I couldn't lie to him. I always felt sorry for lots of kids who got kidnapped by him. So I told them that I was his nephew, and they took me with them for questioning. I was crying so badly when I confessed the truth about him to the police. It was the hardest moment that I had to give proof of my uncle's serious crime, because I loved him anyway, whether he's a criminal or not. But I knew this day would come, and actually, I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
They didn't believe me at first, but I revealed the location of the holes to them. After digging, the police found bodies under the ground. At that time, my uncle got back to my mother's house, hugged her, and begged to stay for a while. However, the police had already told her about the incident and what had happened to me. So she told him he could stay, but as soon as he got to the bathroom to shower, she alerted Dad and they called the police. My uncle was arrested finally, and the police thanked me.
Hold on. Yeah, Dad? Yep. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to move on to another video because I need to help my dad with making a pie. Goodbye.